Well, hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, Socalsabre here. And another month has gone by, and a half a year has gone by. It's the last Sunday of June. And so this is the monthly Q&A and end of month report. So if you have any questions, just bring them on up. Well, first of all, I'd like to say as of right now, we have 926 subscribers on our channel. And I'm very appreciative of each and every one of them for the support. So please keep the support coming and help the channel grow some more. We don't have to. Today, I'm going to review the June activities for the channel, the July plans for the channel and for me. We'll talk about my favorite sports teams that I follow and some personal stuff. But before I get going, please go down there if you haven't done so yet and subscribe. Help the channel grow. Hit that like button while you're down there. Put some comments down there on anything I say, or if you have any comments. So it is a Q&A, so anything you want us to bring up, bring it on up. And so I'm going to get going. I don't have any questions for the Q&A today. All right. Glad to hear that your channel is still growing. Yeah, we're growing. So slow down a little bit, but we're still growing. So thanks for stopping by today. Appreciate it. God, I'm losing control already here. Hi, Ron. Hi, Bill. I bought the Raiders of the Deep. Oh, that's a cool game. I was actually thinking of bringing the Raiders of the Deep or Silent Victory back out again. I think I have projects going in both of them. But you know how I do my projects and I stop and put them away. But I was actually thinking about them the other day. Yeah. Like I said, we got 926 people on the channel now. In counting this video, or what do you want to call it, broadcast, we've had 26 videos go up this month. I don't seem to ever slow down. And I say I'm going to slow down. I don't know what's the matter with me. I guess old age, I lose control of it. But actually, some of the stuff is pretty easy for me to do. I did live broadcasts. I did 5 of them this month. Did the 900 subscriber game giveaway, the Sabres first look and draft, talking about number 6, the spinning, and this end of month report. So the live was up a little bit. Silent Victory. Oh, so you have Silent Victory also now. Cool. That's fun. They're fun games. And I like the thematic part of it where you're trying to get awards for the captain or commodore or whatever you're playing. The theme was pretty neat. PC games this month in June, I did, of course, American Truck Simulator. I did Out of the Park Baseball 25. And I did finally get Tower Simulator 3 back going again. I did one video a week or so ago, and that was I did a morning shift at the Phoenix airport. More of those are coming. I forgot how much I really liked that game as an air traffic controller, right? After 20 years, I still miss that job. I did the spinning. I did a spinning video every Saturday, talking about the vinyl albums and the CDs that I listened to during the week. Been starting to get a little bit of growth on that particular subject. So tell your friends about it. Tell your music lovers. It's got to have some music lovers. Check in on Saturdays and check the spinnings out. Leave me some comments down there. Sports board games. I played Payoff Pitch, Inside the Crease, 49 Quick Decks Hockey, Legends of Boxing 2, and Fall Classic Baseball this month. I did how many? Somebody says 6. It looks like I did 9 on those particular subjects. War games. I didn't do any on war games this month. I don't know why I'm losing control here, because I came into gaming. That was my favorite. Board games. I just did a playthrough of Final Girl. That is such a great solo game with a theme on it. It's a horror then. And of course I got beat. But I'm going to do another one shortly because I'm going to add some stuff to it that I don't see a lot of people using. It comes in a core box, and like there's decider dies, and there's ultimate dice, and there's special action cards. I'm reviewing them right now to get used to it. And I'm going to do a video coming up. First, I'll show you the core box set, and then I'll do the video, the playthrough using the materials in it. But if anybody's out there looking for a solo game, that's pretty cool. It's Final Girl. And there's so many seasons, so many movies out there, but you have to get the core set and then buy one movie, and then you can play it. You can't play it with just the core set, or you can't play it with just a movie. So, but that's not really expensive. I think for the core set and the movie, you can probably get them both in for around $40, I'm guessing. All right. That was Final Girl, and I'm going to hope they improve on that area about board games next month. Then I got this listed as miscellaneous. I finally got Ray's request in for me started, and it's called Collections and Video Areas. And I did number 1, called it In the Beginning. I put it out the other day. It's going to be a series of about 5. There's like 4 or 5 so I can show you the different areas in my house where I either have collections or I do video on. And so I'll probably have another one up in about a week. It won't be too long of a one. So check it out. See what you think about how the old man works around here, what he's got going. And that's the only request that I have right now, was that request to do this particular collections thing and video things. So if anybody out there, whether you're here now or later on when you're watching, put it in the remarks. If you want me to look at doing something, let me know. I will definitely look into it. And if I think it's feasible for me and my capabilities, I will do it, even if it costs me some money. So don't hesitate to ask. Nobody got any questions yet out there? I don't have any particular questions going on right now. Let's see what I got going. Well, so I got some personal gaming activities going on after 7 years, and I debated on this for a long time, for months, and I finally made the decision that after 7 years, I wasn't going to participate in the Extra Life program anymore. But don't get me wrong, Extra Life is a great, great fundraiser for children, for the hospitals, for the Children's Hospital Network. And every year I would participate. I would be the captain, and then I would hold a 24-hour gaming marathon. And that was, I decided not to do it this year for several different reasons, which I won't go into on the channel. But we got a question. What was the last game you mentioned that cost about $40? That I mentioned today, I was talking about Final Girl, where you have to get the core set and one movie in order to be able to play it. You can't play it with just the core set or just with just the movie. You have to have one of each. But there's a whole bunch of movies that you could pick from. This is from on Van Ryder Games. I don't know if I can, if I can bring it up real quick or not. I think you could get a movie on Amazon and the core set for about a total of $40. I'm bringing Van Ryder Games up over here right now, taking a look. Okay. Looks like a movie is running at $19.99 and the core box is $19.99 from Van Ryder Games, and you can also get them on Amazon. So that's a total of $40 to get the core game and get one movie. But believe me, even with one movie, the replayability is a lot for even with one movie. No, not Final Draw, Final Girl, GIRL. Okay, I'll be looking at it. Yeah, check it out. Go to Van Ryder Games. You go on Amazon, and I have got a lot of more movies than I'll probably ever play. and I have not played. I've played Camp Happy Trails, which is like a Jason Takeoff, probably 5 times, and that's not. I have not played the same thing twice. It's the replayability during the setup and all of that stuff. It's pretty cool, pretty good for the cost. I think that's well worth it. Let me see where I was at here. Okay, and then Superstar Baseball season's moving along here. We got 5 owners this year, 20 teams, and most of the teams are at the 8-game mark. My teams aren't doing all that well. My Detroit is 1-6, and they're the defending champions. Boston's 4-4, Pittsburgh's 4-3, and Atlanta's 3-5. But there's a long way to go. And Detroit don't get going pretty soon. They can throw in the white towel, but then I'll have a lot of fun playing all the different guys that don't normally get to play a lot. But they will play. We play 30-game season, so there's a long way to go. So that was my personal gaming activities. And what's on the table and working right now? Okay, well, I got Payoff Pitch, the 1987 playoffs, which now have become a 1987 What If World Series, because both the Tigers and the Giants won the ALCS and NLCS in my replay, and they didn't win it in real life. So it's a What If World Series, but it's still fun. I'm going to finish it. I have the Legends of Boxing 2 tournament going on, started. I think I'm going to have a fight, and you'll see a video come up in the next couple days on Legends of Boxing. Age of Innovation is on the small card table right now. I'm in the process of doing a setup, and then I'm going to start learning. And then once I've learned, I'm going to do a demo for you. It's a Terra Mystica game. Most of the Terra Mystica and the Gaia Project games are a little heavier on the heavy side, but I have played Gaia projects before, so some of the things should be familiar. And then Final Girl, like I said, I'm going to do another playthrough that's on the table right now using what's called I think it's called the Core Box Props or something like that. Let me see if I can see that one on. No, I don't see it right on Riders. Must be gone. It's probably sold out. But anyway, it's a green box, and it adds some extras to the game to change things up even more. Hi, Phoenix. Thanks for stopping by. I'm glad Age of Innovation is a lot of fun. I'm going to be looking at, if you got a video up there on it, I'll check it out on your channel while I'm doing my learning on the setup. All right. So that's right now what I got on the table going. For July, the plans, this is for the channel and for me. Well, in 2 more days, it'll be 4 years since I started this channel. I had started the channel a little earlier, but I actually called July 2nd. My official one is when I started doing it there for COVID, when we got locked down. Got a few channels on the channel. All right. Thank you very much, Phoenix. I will definitely check those out. Always helps me when I'm reading the rules and I'm watching a video demonstration of it. It helps my learning a lot faster. But I really like Gaia Project, and the Terra Age of Innovation is the next step up, but it's in the Terra Mystica world. All right. So it'll be 4 years and 2 days. I might just come on, thank everybody, and do a live chat or something like that. So watch for it. It'll be in mid-afternoons or something like that. We got, as you see scrolling across the bottom, I got talking about number 7 scheduled on the 14th of July and the end of the month Q&A on the 28th of July. But the big thing for me is going to be I'll be gone the whole week almost the whole week. Monday through Friday, I'll say. The week of the 22nd of July, I'll be up in Vegas for the annual Apple Vegas baseball tournament up there. It's always a lot of fun. This is like my 5th time. I brought 2 second-place trophies home. Someday I'm going to get a first-place trophy from there. But I used to play in the Southern California one. And if any of you guys are Apple players, and there's a tournament close to you, go to it. It's fun. And you'll find when I first went to my first one was in Southern California, and I was a little bit apprehensive because, I can't remember the whole book like some of these guys do, but I found out these Apple players are really great guys, and they don't mind while you look something up and so forth like that. So I always have a lot of fun. So this year, because of I get to bring the 1984 Detroit Tigers up there. The tournament director, Chris White, you can get his on it's a APA envelopes or something like that on Facebook. He's on there. He's got the information on it, and he always sets what the parameters for what teams are allowed in. And so when I saw the parameter this year, I immediately jumped on the 84 Tigers. So be a lot of fun. And that's the 22nd of July. So videos will be kind of low that week. But I'll probably maybe like on the way up there, I'll do an on the road video with my phone. And when I get up there, maybe after the first night, because I'm really tired after the first night of play, which will be Tuesday, because we play 12 games in one day. And then the top 8, I think it is, go into the playoffs the next day. And then each playoff sets a best of 3. So you can play like another 12. Okay, I got something going on here. Are you going to put some footage up of the APA tournament on your channel? That would be great. I'm going to have to ask when I get up there, because with the director, if he minds that, and if I do it, I'll ask. If I do it, I'll ask permission, because some people might not want their face up on YouTube and that, but I'll ask. No, that doesn't hurt to ask. Would I consider taking specific area of your war games, World War I, Civil War, and show each game and give a quick overview? Well, I don't know if I would want to go to a specific area, because if I went there, I'd be stuck on Civil War, and I find most of the Civil War games take some time for me to be able to get down before I can do a demo on it, like I did. The last one I did, it's been a while now, was Rebel Fury, and I did the Fredericksburg battle down there. But I have that under consideration all the time. The problem is getting the war game onto one of the tables. That's the problem, and I should get started giving more priority to that, since that was my forte when I got back into gaming. And you say World War I, that's probably, I was thinking about that. I was just mentioned it earlier. I was thinking about bringing the Raiders of the Deep or the Silent Victory from the World War II back up onto the table for a little bit. And I don't know if that answered your question, Ray, or not, or else you just want me to run a video and have a couple of games and show you the boxes and then I've put games that I've already played and what I think about them. Is that what you were meaning, more in that direction, or what? Okay, Ron, I do have one out on Rebel Fury. It wasn't the greatest video, but there's one out there you can check on. It'll probably be under U.S. Civil War games under the playlist. And then there's a couple really good videos on it. Try to find one being done by Mark Herman. Mark Herman's a designer, and he's done a couple of them. And Rebel Fury is I like it because in a lot of the war games, okay, you'll have a movement cost. All right. And so your units can only move a certain pound. In Rebel Fury, there is no movement cost. Okay. It may say you can move 4. So if you move 4 or 1 or 2, or I'll just say 4, then you start moving all your other guys. You can go back to that guy again and move him another 4. Okay. It's until you pass with all of your units of not moving anymore is your movement thing over. I like that. I like that part of it. And I want to I do have the next game, Army of the Potomac's the next one he's got coming out in that series. Okay, Ray, I got you. I think that was a yes on the last thing about showing games and that. Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe I'll make that a a once a month video that I'll have 2 or 3 games out and show you that. And I can probably do a little bit more than War because I got a lot of multiplayer games too. They're pretty cool that you may want for your families and that. Okay, so that was the Apple tournaments I was talking. Unboxings are going to continue. I still got many war games that I haven't unboxed the Civil War yet. So they're going to continue. And then as I already said, the final girl with the extra core box prop items is going to be continued. The PC games are going to continue with American Truck Simulator. Out of the Park Baseball 25, the Tigers 68 season is running down on that one. I think there's 9 games left in it, but I don't understand because it's 1968. If I remember correctly, there was no playoffs in 1968. You just won your league and you played in the World Series. Well, I'm in 4th place. I'm 15 games out, and I still haven't been eliminated. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens at the end, unless they automatically create playoffs as of today. As of today, even for back then, or maybe when I was setting up that season, I hit the wrong thing and said playoffs. Time will tell. We'll find out. But anyway, okay, and then Tower Simulator 3. Yes, probably coming out this week. I went and picked up a new module for that one. I picked up the Ontario International Airport, which is only like 40-minute drive from me here. I flew in and out of a bunch, and so I'll probably be working a shift or two on the Ontario control tower on that one. And then let's see what I got going here. I'm going to do more sports replays. Apple 1961's got one more game, and then I'm going to shut it down for the rest of the month of July because I want to put emphasis on my 84 Tigers. I got to get their lineups ready because I have to make score sheets. I have to make statistic sheets to take up to the tournament. And what I'll do is, and then I'll go around and I'll pick World Series teams out of the other sets I have and play them against this 84 Tiger team to see how my lineups are going. So I got to spend some time doing that too. Payoff pitch, the 87 What If World Series is going to continue. Fall Classic Baseball 56 is going to continue. Somebody asked me a question, one of the ones about, did Mickey Mantle have a great card? Well, I showed he had a better card than one I thought. And then the one I just did this week, I showed everybody Mantle's card and how it compared to some other people's. And as far as home runs go, he's got a much better card. All right, and then I'm going to do a golf tournament. I keep talking about I'm going to do this golf tournament. I've been talking about it about 3 or 4 months. I got to get it up on the table. It's golf season now. Multiplayer demos will continue. I count the final girl as a multiplayer demo, and then hopefully in July, if I don't run out of time because of the going to Vegas, I'll get AJ Innovation done. So don't go down there and hit that bell. You don't miss anything that I publish. And again, don't forget or hesitate to ask me if you want me to look at something. Just like Ray asked me to just now look at talking about games that I've played and giving a quick overview and everything. So, I will put that on my list or the request list. And, again, go down there and hit the like button, subscribe, and push it on your social media channels. All right, my favorite sports teams. First thing we'll talk about is the Detroit Tigers. 37-46 as of yesterday. 16 games out. It looks like they're going to be sellers again this year, but I'm kind of getting used to that with Detroit. It's been a long time since they've even been close to being in the playoffs. And considering some of the other teams that I rooting for teams that don't make the playoffs, seems to be my forte most of the time. My favorite young guy that I talked about last month was having some problems. Spencer Torkelson, they sent him down to the minors down to Toledo. So I don't know what's going to happen with that kid. It's so much promise. Last year he hits 30 home runs, drives in 95. He struggles this year, and they finally sent him down. So we'll see what happens. I guess I liked him not only because he was a home run hitter, because he was a first baseman. That's what I played, was first base. Okay, the Buffalo Bills. I don't have nothing to report on right now, but the season is getting close. It's coming up to preseason, and now a lot of activities will take off, and I'm excited about the football coming up. I'm also excited to see him about getting into the class action lawsuit because I had DirecTV, I had the NHL package for like 15 years. And so I'll find out how to get my name into it if I can. The Boston Celtics, what can I say? 18 banners. And wasn't 10 minutes after the last game that this baby was put on order. In my collection of hats, which is another thing that I collect is hats. You probably guys noticed that too. 18 banners. What a great year they had. Now it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I was really happy for Al Horford. Al Horford had played like in 130 something playoff games in his career and never won the cup. I was really happy for him. He's 38 years old. I would imagine that he's going to retire now on top. And then we'll see how Kristaps Porzingis comes back after his surgeries and what the Celtics are going to do because Horford was his backup. I don't know if we can find another Al Horford out there in the play. So anyway, that's the Boston Celtics. We're on the off season. Great season they gave me. All right. And then the Buffalo Sabres. Well, the draft just ended yesterday. And I have mixed emotions on the draft. I have mixed emotions on the Sabres. But I am going to do, I always do this every year. In the next day or so, I'm going to put out a after draft report, my feelings on it and what the team looks like and some other thing that's going on with them. Like they just bought out Jeff Skinner's contract. There's all kinds of stuff going on now. And so I'll talk about it in that video. Watch for it. Next day or two, maybe even tomorrow. Okay, that one will come out. And if you're a sports fan, join me. Make some comments on it. And lastly, last thing about me, I'm doing pretty well. I'm still walking every other day. I was out to the mall this morning. Yeah, Ray, I have part of my hat collection displayed, and you'll probably see that in video number 2 on the collections. Then I have quite a bit of. I had to take a lot of them down because I just didn't have more space. But you'll see some of them in the next video. I was out the mall walking this morning, and then again, if you watch the news, the COVID's on the rise again in California. So I'm not quarantined or anything, but I am staying a little bit closer to home, and I do wear a mask where I'm uncomfortable. Like when I go out to the mall this morning to walk, I go out there before the mall opens. They open that up for walkers, and so I don't wear a mask in there, and it's nice and cool because there's nobody within 20 feet of me or ever in there in that. But with the precautions like the superstar baseball players come over, and Holly and AJ, they both wear a mask. They wear a mask to protect me more than me being protected from me. And I really appreciate that because they both have lives that they're a little bit more involved in the community and so forth. And so they just want to make sure they don't give anything to me. And I appreciate that. So I take care of myself. I'm just being a little bit more cautious, and I don't need to be running around when COVID's on the rise again. I'll be watching to see when the next shot is. Other than that, I'm not looking forward to doing anything. 4th of July's coming. I don't ever go anywhere on the 4th of July as far as fireworks go. I go out. There's enough in my neighborhood here. The year before last one out there was all kinds of fireworks going off. And so, I get a display just by going out on my front porch. Am I a Celtic fan? Yes, I am. Are you a Celtic fan? I am also. I've been a Celtics fan since 1986. And I was a Buffalo Braves fan prior to that. And so they decided to move to chase the almighty dollar. When they did, Bob McAdoo, the center, he went over to the Celtics. And I think that kind of drugged me over there because I thought about the Knicks because they're 450 miles from Buffalo. I thought about some other teams. I said, no, I want to go to the Celtics. They weren't all that great that year, but I went with the Celtics. And I've been a Celtic fan every year, ever since then. when I get to probably, I'm going to say video on the collections and images on videos, probably maybe 2 or 3, you'll start seeing some of my Celtics memorabilia that I have in the house. And I got some pretty cool stuff. So check when you see the collections, check them, check it out. So anybody else have any other questions? That's about the end of my report for the month. Pretty long one. I don't even know how long we've been recording now. Oh, a half hour. That's pretty cool. 86. That's when I separated from the Air Force. Me too, Ron. That's exactly when I retired from the Air Force. 1986. 20 years from George Air Force Base, which is was right up the road here. I got a house that was relatively close to it, so I could get to the commissary and the hospital, and they shut them all down. Yeah. Okay, any of you guys hockey fans? If you are, what's your favorite? What team do you follow? There was a lot of action going on in the draft this week, and I separated Millis. I wish I'd stayed in. Some people think that I'm a little crazy, but I don't have many regrets in life. I have 2 or 3, maybe. One of them is honestly that I didn't stay for 30. Because I got family issues that forced me to get out right after the 20 years. My stepdad had terminal cancer, and they had come out to live with me, and then the Air Force was going to send me to Del Rio to get a special training and transfer me down there, and I didn't want to go. I tried to get out of it, but they wouldn't let me get out of it, even though I had 4 remotes and I had 1 long accompanied tour on my records. I still couldn't get out of it. So, got to do what you got to do sometimes. Plus, I would like, because I really like the job, but, I would love to make chief. Even when I was talking to headquarters, when I was told them I was going to retire, they said, well, you're probably going to make chief next year. You know that where you stand. And I said, I know where I stand, but I got to go for my family. But that's one of my regrets. No regret at all for staying 20. No regret at all for being an air traffic controller. I still miss that job and the camaraderie in there. In fact, Nellis was, prior to George Air Force Base, I was stationed in Chev's Air Base in Belgium. It's a Belgian air base. And working in a control tower in support of the security, the control tower and the radar. There was only 9 of us there, controllers. And I got because I was a master sergeant at the time, I got a message from the headquarters when we were masters. We got a list of availability for our rank going back into the States. And so there was like 18 of them on the list, and I had to order them and then send them back in. There was no guarantee. And Nellis was the very first one, and George was second. The reason being is that we're in Belgium, the average rainfall is 275 days a year. And I said, oh, I just want somewhere dry for a while. But I didn't get Nellis. I got George. I really like George. I think I would. I've been on Nellis a couple of times. I think I liked George better when it was open. All right. Let's see. No more questions out there. Still got a few people on. Okay. Well, there we go. Terre Home, Spain. I've been to Spain, but not as an Air Force member. I went on vacation once. My Europe, Chev's Air Base, Belgium, was my 3-year long accompanied. Just prior, that was 78 to 81. That was really, really nice. Belgium is really a great place, especially if you like beer. I mean, they make all kinds of beer. But anyway, like Paris was a 2-hour drive. Amsterdam was 3.5-hour drives, 3-hour drive to Luxembourg and all the castles. So, it was really central in Europe, and, got some chances to go around and see some neat things. And I was fortunate to get that assignment. Like I said, there was only 9 controllers over there. And so to get that, was pretty lucky. Okay, folks. Well, I want to thank all of you for coming on today, chatting with me some, asking some questions. Uh, and watch for the Saber Talk one coming up tomorrow or the next day. And I hope you'll be around to join me. If not, watch it later when after it's recorded. Leave your comments down there, and then we got talking about July 14th, and then the end of the month one. What was my first war game? What was it that got you interested in war games? Well, probably going back in there backwards, probably being in the military for 20 years got me interested in war games because I had some sort of a history. And what was my first war game? I would probably say this was in Belgium. Okay. And I'm going to say this, and people say, well, it's not a war game, but it really is. We didn't have many games then, and we didn't have any TV or anything. So we used to get together every once in a while and we would play Risk. And so then after I got back into the States and everything, and I got back into collections, I was just looking up here to see where I went to from that. I would probably say with this, see, I got a Risk one up there, and I showed it the other day, and I would probably say Axis and Allies. Then once I got into that, I wanted to get into more detail. I wanted to get into more complicated things. And that's when I started breaking off into World War II primarily, and then some other ones. And then I got into the U.S. Civil War, and that one got to me because I've been reading a lot of books. You'll see some of the books that I have too in the next collection video. And because I like to read a book about the battle of whatever the battle is. It gives me so much more knowledge about what was going on in the world during that time, and it also gives me brings the theme of the game out a lot better. So I think that's it. Risk when I was over in Europe, coming back, went into Axis and Allies, I think. And then I don't know where I went with all this stuff. I did go early into my war gaming. I went into Dan Verson games, the DVG series, and I played Phantom Leader Deluxe, which I still like. Then that's mostly World War or Vietnam era battles, but they have some other scenarios that you can do on that one also. And so that's probably my early days of the war gaming. Just trying to look over here and see what my first Civil War got me into. Oh, the Civil War ones, the ones that got me going into the Civil War, probably is For the People. That's just such a classic game. An avid reader, so I look forward to seeing your books. I try to read about an hour a day, but then I go sometimes 2 or 3 days without being able to do it. At the I just get tired, and then for heaven forbid, don't lay down on the couch, Bill, in the afternoon, because unless you intentionally want to take a nap, because you want to take a nap whether I wanted to plan it or not. Say, Roger. Hi, Roger. Thanks for stopping by. I thought I heard you refer to APA tournament in Southern California. Are there any coming up? Well, there's not. The one in Southern California went away. There was disbanded. The guy that was doing it got a new job that prohibited it from doing it, and nobody else took it over. But this month, July 22nd, I'll be up in Vegas for the APA tournament up there in Vegas. It's with Chris White. You can see his stuff on Facebook under APA envelopes or something like that. So nothing in Southern California. I wish they would start one up again, as I used to enjoy going to 2 a year. Hey, Jeffrey, way to go. I don't know if you were on when I showed this, but here we go. everybody else that's not a Celtic fan say, get that hat off the TV, off the video. All right, Roger came on late and asked me about Apple. Roger, are you an Apple player? And yeah, Jeffrey, I think the hat looks real good too. I just haven't worn it yet. Yeah, that is a really cool hat. I really like it. It's probably my best Celtics hat as far as looks go. I got 3 or 4 different ones. So waiting to see if Roger has time to come back up and answer about it. Appa. Any of you other guys or women, if you're out there, play sports games or play Appa baseball, Appa football? Football season coming. I'm going to probably about another month. I'll get my Apple football out and continue my 1964 Buffalo Bills replay that I started last year. I think I got 6 or 7 games in before I shut it down for the winter or for the summer. I mean, nobody out there, huh? You guys will look like more war gamer types. Yeah, Ray, I like reading different books. I always have 2 books going at the same time. The one under the Civil War that I'm just finishing up, and real close to finishing now, is called the Last Full Measure by Sahara, Michael Sahara, I think, and it's pretty cool. It gives you a lot about the different generals in the Civil War, and I also I'm reading The Camel Club by David Baldacci. It's a fiction. I don't know. Well, I can't tell what it is right now, to tell you the truth. Replay hoops and baseball. I don't play either. Appa hockey. I do have Appa hockey. I do have a project going for it. I have not. I've been remiss in not having Appa hockey up on the table at all this last hockey season. Strat second season I do play. In fact, I've got a 2021 Buffalo Bills replay going in a project on that one. I do not have any Strat football or basketball projects going. I don't believe at this time. Just finished a book about Pegasus Bridge by Stephen Ambrose. Okay, so is that the bridge that the British gliders went into early in the morning on D-Day? Because there's actually, I forget what the battle was. The British gliders went in and fought for that bridge that was needed for when the Allied troops could get that far. I have 32 baseball sim games, but I've never played Appa. Wow. Appa wasn't one of my first ones either. Sports games, probably Superstar Baseball was, because we found that we were living out on George Air Force Base in the early 80s, and we didn't have a lot of access to board games, and we found that, and we started the leagues up back then. That's where we started our Superstar leagues at. I didn't get into Appa till, oh my goodness, probably 8 years ago now. I find it very cool. I don't go with the master game. I stay with the basic game, because the Appa tournaments play basic game, except for a couple rules the directors might put in. Is the basic game. I find the basic game quite easy to learn and quick to play. So. Okay, I'm guessing that yes is on the gliders going in on D-Day into the Pegasus Bridge. So short and sweet. Interesting after seeing Memoir 44 scenario. Oh yeah, okay. I was trying to Memoir 44. That's the scenario that when I play anybody for the very first time in uh, Memoir 44, the very first time I give them the Allied troops, I take the Germans, so that they get to learn the game, but they also get to win because most of the time I can't beat the Allied invasion in that one. Jeffrey, there's a question for you from Ray. What was the title of Ambrose's book? I believe it was this Pegasus Bridge. It was on sale on Kindle. Yeah, you could probably do a quick search on Amazon, find it. See if I can bring Amazon up here real quickly and take a look. Oh, it says Pegasus Bridge by Stephen Ambrose. Let's see if that brings it up. The one that they have on paperback right now is Pegasus Bridge, semicolon, June 6th, 1944 is the name of it on. In case anybody missed that, this is what Amazon's got it. Oh, I got spelled that wrong. Pegasus. Yeah, not too bad. Paperback, only less than just under $11, and it's 208 pages, so that'd be a quick read. There's a movie that has that in there, and I can't remember the name of it too. There's also a movie about that battle of the gliders going in. I can't for the life of me. I can't remember what the movie is. Okay, here's someone that says Pegasus Bridge movie. There's just a movie, a 2019 movie directed by Lance Nielsen, just called Pegasus Bridge. For the life of me, I don't really think that's the one that I was thinking about, though. Okay, there you go, Jeffrey. The Longest Day. That's probably the one I was thinking of. All right, got some good stuff. We had some good stuff going on today. I just it says Pegasus Bridge the movie, and this is on YouTube. But I don't know if you can play it or not. All right. So we got learned some new stuff about the Pegasus Bridge. Okay, I'd like to repeat in case anybody The officer that's the main guy was helping with the info for the longest day. It's always nice when you got somebody that had the firsthand knowledge that was there, helping you with a book or with a movie, whatever it is. Looks like we got a few people that are coming late. And just repeat the week of the July 22nd through that Monday through Friday. I'll be in Vegas at the APA baseball tournament, and so videos will be a little bit slow that week. Also, I'm going to do a video probably tomorrow. I'm going to go live tomorrow and talk about the Buffalo Sabres and the NHL draft that just finished yesterday. My thoughts on the draft, my thoughts on the Sabres. So if you're a sports fan, check it out. Give me some feedback on it. Yeah, this was probably the best Q&A we've had on the monthly end report, so I appreciate it. We're up at 51 minutes right now. And so I'll give you guys about another minute or two. If you got anybody else got any question, anything else they want to bring in there for discussion, bring it in. And then if not, then we'll shut it down for now, and we'll save our energies for the talking about number 7 in July. Yeah, thank you, Jeffrey, and happy 4th of July to all of you out there and all the subscribers, whether you're on here, see this video now or later. I'll probably say something about the 4th. Probably on the 2nd, I'll do a little quick video on the anniversary of my channel. So, okay, I want to thank everybody that came by today and spent some time with us. Those of you that are watching this later, whenever you'll watch it on the recording, please put some comments down there, hit the like button, and subscribe. Socalsabre saying take care of yourselves out there, be kind to each other, and stay safe.